What makes a video game more enjoyable? Actual gameplay. I'm real tired of things being, fetch this, talk to this guy, and spam X to win. Or worse, auto-battlers which are AFK to win. I want to actually have to either think about what I'm doing or have to press more than one button. Games without gameplay are just chores. Being able to have more than one playstyle. Immersion. Getting really immersed into the world of the video game. One way this is accomplished is making a lot of things interactive in the game. And learning the game world's lore or history. I don't mean sitting through a 15-minute lecture over the history of the game world. Looks pointedly at quern, undying thoughts, but finding books, notes, plaques, signs, tapes, or other forms of information that give little glimpses into the history and overall dynamic of the world you're in, makes it seem more real, and makes you feel more connected to the world. Actual difficulty. That's not just enemies with 3 times the HP and you take 7 times more damage. Pleasant music. Good movement mechanics. Plain running is boring. Edit for all those replying. Titanfall 2. It's amazing. It's underrated. It frequently goes on sale. Go play it. You won't regret it. I can't speak to the depression advice, but I can speak to the backlog, which I've seen a number of people struggle with. Video games are most likely not your profession, but rather a pastime, and having fun should be your top priority. That is to say, don't force yourself to play games you don't like. Don't force yourself to engage in activities that you don't enjoy, and ignore people who tell you otherwise. Stop thinking of your backlog as a to-do list and start thinking of it as a suggestion box where you may go when you're stumped for something to play. Don't play if you don't feel like it. It's also quite acceptable to skip your backlog in favor of a soothing round of your favorite. Multip. Polish. I miss when games would have to be well polished before they were put into the market. Now, every company relies on post-release patches to get games where they should have been on release. Good movement. I feel like it gets so underlooked by some devs, but making the act of moving enjoyable can do wonders for the playability of a game. I am not even talking about fancy parkour stuff necessarily, although these can be cool. Just tight responsive controls with the ability to do some more advanced stuff with skill does wonders for a game. It's why games like Hollow Knight feel so good to play. The Rumble Pock. Feeling like your actions have an effect on the world. I hate games that railroad you, or make it seem like your choices don't really matter in the long run. This is one of the reasons I generally prefer sandbox games to more story-driven games. No cash shops. And just game. A lot of cult-followed games have zero cash shops or microtransactions. When a game's tutorial understands that this isn't the first time I've ever played a game. As somebody who enjoys RPGs, I really need character motivation in the character development. My pet peeve is when a character is shy, but then randomly becomes brave. Or somebody who is really aggressive and selfish but then does something very kind for everybody. Without any reason, just a random massive change in personality. That breaks the immersion for me. I like to know why a character acts the way they do. Why they have the personality they do. And to stay consistent with it. A simple backstory can help.
Autosave.
Playing with your friends. If it's a one-player game, side missions and Easter eggs would do it for me. Replayability. After playing Cyberpunk, I never realized how much I took audio cues for granted. The little ping that signals you've completed an objective. The sounds of an enemy getting louder as you close in. Combat music stopping and starting. Because the audio was so janky in Cyberpunk, I spent so much of the game extremely frustrated, trying to find enemies that weren't there but still had audio playing. Wandering around because I wasn't sure if I'd finished an objective. Games that nudge you in the right direction without even making you think are like working toilets. You don't even think about it until it's gone. Secrets. The absolute best feeling is looking at something and thinking, wouldn't it be funny if I did this, and then something happens. Great music. Intense scenes. Cutscenes that you can pause. Secrets to find. Main bosses that aren't nearly impossible to beat. A mix of various types of gameplay. Platforming. Fighting. Exploring. Etc. Not having to do a lot of traveling. Quest variety.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.